Hello to the next session of our Women in Testing today at the A4Q Testing Summit here in Marrakesh. With me is Patricia Alves. Welcome, Patricia.
Hello, Bernard. Hello, everybody.
It's a big pleasure to have you here because you are surely one of these inspiring women we are having in PSTQB. You started your career, in fact, in Portugal, studied in Portugal, right?
Yeah, I did study in Portugal. I was starting with software engineer in one university that unfortunately it doesn't exist anymore. It was Universidade Independente. I was studying software engineering there. And then later I have also done a degree in management in Instituto Superior de Gestão. Later, when I was already in a management position, I felt the need to take this degree.
And today you are in testing, in fact. So you started in software development, right? And then you came into testing. How did that happen?
Yeah, crazy people. Yeah, I started developing. I was also doing some project management, some product support, training. And then by chance, I was going into testing. So I had to test what was done to give the training to my customers, and then I felt really in love with that, and it was also giving me the chance to pursue this career, and that was how I was in this career, starting in this career, and then I never left. That was.
And today you have a leading position in Siemens, in fact, and do a lot of testing still, right?
Yes, today, in fact, testing is just a part of my responsibilities, because I'm heading a complete IT hub for a global entity inside Siemens. So testing is just a part of it, but yes, so it was just a starting point.
Yeah, and it is really nice to have you here, because last week you was in India. We were discussing how we can manage all, and now you are here with us. So it's a big pleasure, and I think also a really important thing to see that it is really possible to work everywhere. In fact, and now last week India, yesterday Portugal, today Marrakesh, and Patricia is with us. So Patricia, when you look now over your career, what would you see were the challenges? Were there challenges with men, or was it a challenge to be a woman in this area?
Sometimes, yes. Of course, it's always. But I feel that less and less, especially on the organization where I am. I think maybe I'm lucky, but that's a fact. It's not a fight to be a woman inside the organization that I belong. But the challenge along the way were definitely, there were times where being a tester was not understood at all. It was really strange and a new challenge to show the value of testing and the work we were doing. But this was during the last 20 years more easy to show and to share how we could bring value to the entire change of the software development and the life cycle of the applications and the solutions. And now it's much easier. I hope in the future more and more easy for the new testers that are coming. But this was definitely one of the challenges, to show the value of being a tester. Being a woman, it was in certain occasions more due to the culture and environment of the organizations, but it's not the case today. And I think in our days this is completely changing, and it's also up to us women to behave on the same way and to show that this doesn't make a difference, and it's exactly the same. So it doesn't matter if we are woman or man, and especially whatever is our position on the organization, we are equal, we do the same, and our value can be exactly the same as it doesn't matter really if it's a man or a woman.
And so in your workplace, you see that there's a shift towards equality, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And that's very good to hear, in fact. But you said that it was harder to tell the people that testing is important. Was this one of the reasons why you are a founder of the Portuguese Testing Board?
Yes, definitely. We felt the needs in the market, how we could value this profession within the Portuguese market. This was one of the reasons why a group of us just joined and decided how can we help each other and how we can help for the future persons, professionals to grow in this market. And fortunately, we did it some years ago, and currently it's a success story, and the population in Portugal is feeling this. It's much bigger, and it's a success, definitely.
Yeah, I can only support what you're saying. I've been to your conferences, and it's always fantastic to see how many people are really testing in Portugal and how they love their what they are doing. And I think that's also one of the important things, right? To love what you're doing for testing. Or can you say, yeah? Because that's my next question. In fact, leading to the next question: when there is new women coming into testing, what would you recommend them to do? What would be things that will help them to make it easier in this area?
First of all, is to give passion to whatever you are doing in your daily basis. Second of all, is to be truth with yourself. Make this question: is this really what you love to do? If yes, then continue. If not, just adjust. It's not that I'm saying, are you lying? You don't like to be a tester? No, it's just that sometimes we are, for instance, doing, just keep it simple, we are doing manual testing and we would prefer to do it automation. So if that's the case, pursue what you really want to do and evolve and do that. Make your trainings, do your certifications, evolve in that direction. Because if you are not really happy with your doing in your daily basis, you will never be succeed 100%, because fulfillment is part of it. And this is important, not just in your professional life, but in your personal life. So this is really key. It's really important. So this would be my first advice for whoever is joining this role, definitely.
And are there places where they can go to? So would you recommend them to go to conferences? Would you recommend them to contact the Portuguese board? Or what would you recommend someone in that area?
Yeah, the communities, that's the first. And there are extremely good communities all around, in every location. Even within the companies in nowadays, this is being built everywhere. Communities of professionals that are sharing the knowledge, the experiences. This is the first point. And then, of course, there's the boards that are supporting people to grow in the direction of certifications and trainings. Be careful, where are you really taking this from accredited, certified companies and trainings. And evolve on your professions in the right directions. So take the right advices. Let's call it like this. But the communities, it's definitely one of the points, and the board is also the other ways.
So Patricia, you are working for a German company, but you're living in Portugal. Do you see differences in the work culture? No. Especially when it comes to women. So there's no difference from treatment, or is all the same equality? Or can you say something on that?
No, there's no difference. We are global in nowadays, basically. And here, I think it's not just because that's something that is my organization. We really do an effort inside my organization not to feel this difference. That's true. But I think it's also because we are a global company, and the culture is trying to go as much as diverse as possible. So there's really an effort on that, and I don't really feel a difference. As you mentioned, I just arrived from India, and I'm working with Germany, India, and other locations, and there's no difference at all by being a woman or any other thing.
So you think all have the same chances to come up, in your opinion?
Yes, yes.
Okay, and you also have children. So how is it for you to bring that together, to be in such a leading position and to have children?
Well, I must say that I'm lucky. My children has 22 years old, so it's easy. But I had. It was not always 22, so I had this in the past. But I was able to surpass it well. So, and I can share the experience of my people that has young child, and especially during the COVID period, where people were working from home, there were challenges going. And still, now that we have flexible work, people can stay working from home. Sometimes it's challenging. There's so many situations where I'm having meetings, and then there's a child coming, jumping into the middle of a meeting. But that's life, and I think nowadays this is really normal. I think there's, and this is the message I pass to my people, there are an extra effort from our side, management people, leaders, that has to keep an eye on the people that are having these challenges, if they are okay, how they can deal with it, in order that there's no different, there's no impact, it's natural, and we need to make sure there's the right life balance to avoid that they will struggle more just because they have children. And at the other side, from the business, we know that this can happen, and we have contingency plans if something happens. We need to have our services up and running, so we need to plan according to that.
But that you had children, it didn't stop your career, or?
No, not at all. And I was internationally flying in a regular base, and it didn't stop me from anything.
Yeah, we know her since, 15, 16, 17 years. And yes, she was definitely also visiting me internationally everywhere in the world. So, yeah, Patricia, a pleasure that you joined us here. It's, I think, a really inspiring interview, and I can only recommend to watch this and to also watch all the other 9 interviews which we are putting on today. They are all available on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and also on Skills Club, so you can just download them and have a look at them. Thank you very much, Patricia. Pleasure. Enjoy Marrakesh. There will be some very nice events around, especially the PSTQB 20-year celebration. And we will see us later on.
For sure. Thank you so much for the opportunity. Thanks.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.